Live high school sports action on KSBC.
Hey, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson, alongside our broadcast partners, V6 Media, channel V6.com. We're at Larry H. Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University. 2A state baseball. This is an elimination game. So 3 teams left in the tournament. South Sevier Rams, the number 1 team, will be playing the San Juan Broncos. Keegan Heath will be warming up. He'll be pitching for Coach Eric Baker and the South Sevier Rams. Keegan comes in. Got some numbers here for him. With a 3.60 ERA, just 11.2 innings, or 11 and 2/3 innings pitched, 5 base on balls, 12 strikeouts. So normally man in the center field position for Coach Eric Baker, but we're going to have to take the mound today because it'll be all hands on deck today. Somebody's going to have to be knapped twice.
Yep, for sure. And right now the South Sevier team comes in with the 1-loss streak going right now, and San Juan with the 4-game win streak.
Well, San Juan's been hotter than a firecracker. They've been hitting the cover off the baseball, so should be a good ball game. South Sevier has the same capability. They've been hitting the ball hard, but they've been hitting it right to somebody, or they've been dying out there. They're playing on fields that are 215 to 230, 240 feet, and with 347 to left here, 402 to center field, 343 down the right field line. The power alleys are 380 and 388. So going to take a heck of a shot, but we did see Kenyon Oakland able to take one right over that 347 sign. So V6 Media is our partner today. V6 can elevate your event to the next level with a giant LED video wall and video production, specializing in sports events, rodeos, concerts, business conferences, and more, and sporting events like baseball here. You can see v6.media for information, or go to channelv6.com and watch the ball game here today. So Keegan Heath ready to face the first hitter for the San Juan Broncos. That's going to be number 9, the pitcher for San Juan, Parker Snyder. First pitch, upstairs for ball one.
Yeah, Keegan Heath, he was primarily South Sevier's number 1 last year. They have not used him as much as they did last year, so he should have a pretty fresh arm.
Yeah, that was fouled off to the right-hand side. Same can be said for Parker Snyder, the pitcher today. He's primarily the catcher for Coach James Nielsen. He hadn't been used yet, but we're going to ride him today. Curveball, foul back, strike 2.
That's the one thing that I feel like Coach Baker and the South Sevier Rams did, is they were able to help develop some other pitchers this year, and so far that's going to pay off because dropping down that loser bracket, it creates so you've got to play not only 1 extra but possibly 2 extra games.
Pitch, curveball misses outside. So the only question would be is how crisp he's going to be. He hasn't used his stuff for a while, but the 2-2 count to Snyder. Strike 1. If that's any indication, that's a pretty good start. Striking out the leadoff hitter. Parker came in hitting 403 with 1 home run and 24 driven in.
Well, he's a senior. He's pitched some big games.
Doesn't get any easier. Next hitter is going to be shortstop Garrett Young. He comes in at 333, 2 home runs and 21 runs that inning. First pitch, curveball, stays inside.
Yeah, you're going to see Keegan Heath work both sides of the plate here. Does a good job mixing up his fastball and curveball.
He has some good velocity. There's a fastball up and fouled back by Garrett Young. Michael Freeman gets that one off the net. Counts 1-1. Here's the pitch. And the curveball. That's lifted to the right-hand side. Coming in is Stockton Roberts. He's under for the F9 and out number 2. Every position on the field, folks, has a number. If you've listened to our broadcast before, pitcher 1, catcher 2, first base 3, second base 4, third base 5, shortstop number 6, outfield left to right 7, 8, and 9. So the F9 is a fly out to your right fielder. Jers Neves, 402, 1 home run, 39. Here's the pitch. Curveball, stays up. Just a little trouble spotting that curveball so far. Like we say, it's been a while. He's only thrown 11 and a third innings this year. Fastball. Got a good fastball, though. He just throws that by Jersey Neves.
Well, and he just has a lot of confidence out there on the mound. You can definitely see that Keegan Heath is in charge.
Yeah, he's got a good defense behind him, so that's lifted back here behind us.
Well, he's got a tough task, too, because the San Juan team's been hitting the ball really well the last 2-3 games.
I would say 16, 17 hits last night's ball game. Curveball off the end of the bat towards Riley Barney. He's got it over to first, Tate Brown for the 4-3 put out. And out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So at the half inning, it's the San Juan Broncos nothing. South Sevier coming to bat on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora have a non-stop.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer or stop by any branch.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help by delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
And information. So coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning, be Riley Barney, Rich Tebbs, Keegan Heath. Riley comes in hitting .493 with 23 runs driven in. That came into the tournament. I'm not sure Max Preps had updated everything for South Sevier. So the first pitch from Parker Snyder. Comes right straight down over the top. Ball 1. Parker comes in with a 5.53 ERA and 19 innings pitched, 7 base on balls, 16 Ks. 1-0 is outside. Looked like a little curveball again.
So far, really good approach from the South Sevier team. You've got to be able to see some pitches. I felt like they were maybe a little bit undisciplined at the plate, and it got them in trouble yesterday, and they fell behind early and then couldn't recover.
That was one of them have you ever thought of, as I was talking to Coach Baker and Coach Brown about this morning.
Oh, okay.
So, talking about hitting at people, I said, well, you might think about, taking a few pitches here and there.
Well, it just puts the pressure on the defense and the pitcher to really groove you a good one because you're going to be patient at the plate.
Slapped to right field, one down and away by Riley Barney for the first base hit of the ball game. First hit for the South Sevier Rams. Good start, get your leadoff man. They get on, they can put a lot of pressure on you. Good speed, just like San Juan.
Yeah, that's going to bring up Rich Tebbs. Yesterday he was 0 for 4. He did reach on the E6 his last at bat, but had 3 flyouts. So Rich Tebbs looking to get the bat going here, followed up by what Riley Barney just did there.
First pitch right there for strike 1. Ridge comes in hitting .438. 1 home run, 25 runs driven in.
And that's the thing. These South Sevier hitters are good enough hitters. I felt like that was one of their big strengths last year, again this year. But sometimes you just get yourself out by swinging at pitches that maybe are marginal.
Yeah, a little bit too anxious.
So even right there, Rich Tebbs taking first pitch strike, that's okay. Yep. Sees a few more pitches, you're going to square the ball up a lot better by seeing a few more pitches.
Yeah, sometimes you got to remind yourself you still got 2 more chances, huh? Another pickoff attempt.
I remember a story that Wade Boggs, Joe Torre coaching the Yankees when Wade Boggs was with the Red Sox, and he came
0-2 hitter, or a 2-strike hitter.
And I'll tell you when he's done on this pitch here.
That one's lifted foul back here toward us.
Yeah, the Red Sox show up, and it's before the game, and there's batting practice going on, and Torrey goes over to Wade Boggs and says, hey, I know that you're hitting such and such with an 0-2 count. How come? He says, I've only seen 2 pitches.
Good story. True story.
Yeah.
So the 0-2, another pickoff attempt. That gets by.
He's going to be able to get to third. That was going to get down the right field line.
We talked about that. So the E1 is going to put him at third base. So the first error of the ball game.
Well, South Sevier, coming in, obviously the heavily favored. I don't think anybody really even expected anybody to give them a game, and they had a tough one with Beaver.
Well, I don't think they expected it either.
No, and they end up winning that one. Then they get in a tough one again with Kanab, fall behind, go on to lose that one. But already today, a lot more excitement from the dugout and the coaches and the fans.
So the 0-2 on its way upstairs for ball 1.
Part of that reason, too, Willie, when I walked in, I run into Hagen Morrell buying a ticket. And I talked to Hagen, and I said, it looked like they missed you yesterday a little bit. And he says, that's why I'm here today. And
the only loss from last year's team, Hagen Morrell. There's one. There's Ridge trying to go the opposite way as well on one down and away.
Yeah, Hagen, right fielder. But he was that emotional leader, kind of that energy player that the South Sevier, they've kind of lacked that just a little bit. Even though he really got the crowd involved. I'll never forget that slide into home plate where he jumps up and fires the crowd up. And
that's at Gates Field where the crowd's right on you a lot like this and maybe even a little closer.
But he went down there. He's still a big part of this South Sevier team. And, down there during warm-ups, high-fiving players. And,
fouls another one off to the right.
It's always good to see former players coming back and still cheering on your old teammates.
This will be the 6th pitch in the at-bat to Ridge Tibbs. The pitch, curveball way upstairs. Ball 2, that's going to even things up, 2-2.
Yeah, and really good at-bat so far from Ridge Tibbs. He's seeing pitches, but he's fouling them off. And right now he's got a situational type hitting with 2 strikes. He still wants to try to score Riley Barney from third base.
And he's going to do it. That's a base hit right straight up the middle. That'll score the first run for the South Sevier Rams. That's their 2nd hit. Ridge Tibbs on at first with a single. Back-to-back singles.
Well, once again, the more pitches you see, the better you're going to square that ball up. And he fouled a couple off. He hit the ball on the outside part of the plate, drove him foul, gets one down the middle, and he's able to hit that right back up the middle for the base hit, pick up his first RBI of the game, and first run for South Sevier.
Keegan Heath steps in with a .329 average, 30 runs driven in. Ridge Tibbs at second. There he goes. Got kind of a bad start, but a high throw. And he's in there with stolen base.
The ball was thrown behind Ridge, but it was one of those where he almost got tagged on the leg before he got his hand in there, but he does just beat the throw.
Exactly. It's called strike. So Keegan, with the 0-1 count, got an opportunity to gather the 2nd run for the South Sevier Rams. Ridge Tibbs there at second base, nobody out. Parker Snyder steps off. I think he either wants to talk or new ball. Not sure what he was. Maybe just rolling the count. So get his signal again. Keegan Heath, not that big a lead. He's just kind of cautious. Or Ridge Tibbs. There's a bouncing ball to the right-hand side. On the throw, there goes Ridge Tibbs to third base.
Yeah, good piece of hitting, too, from Keegan Heath, hitting behind the runner. That allows Ridge Tibbs to move up from second to third base with only 1 out now. And you got 2 chances and a really good batter, and Tate Brown coming to the plate.
Yeah, Tate Brown comes in hitting .419 with 20 runs driven in. Batting in the cleanup spot for Coach Eric Baker. He's been there all year. From the left-hand side, so right versus left. Snyder to Tate Brown. First pitch hit right back up the middle from a base hit.
Yeah, and this is the start to the South Sevier team. I think everyone's expected is they just hit the ball so well, and kind of taking a page out of San Juan's book. The last 2-3 games, we've seen San Juan do that very same thing.
So 3 hits. Count for 2 runs so far. Tate Brown there at first. 2-0 here. We're just in the bottom of the first inning. scheduled for 7. I don't want to say or more, scare our V6 Media broadcast partners. They got a long trip ahead of them today. So Peyton Ingram steps to the plate. Peyton hitting .415, 3 home runs, 20 driven in. That home runs is a tongue twister, you know what? Take strike one.
Yeah, Peyton Ingram
on the curveball.
Doing the catching duties and has for South Sevier all year long. Does a nice job behind the dish.
Got the infield playing fairly shallow in center field, a little deeper in right field. Peyton Ingram, next pitch, gets away, but Tate got a bad wheel. He's not going to go very far.
Well, he didn't get a real good secondary. You know, had he got a better secondary, he might have been able to read that one and still get down to second base.
I think Tate still has a problem pushing off on the bad wheel. So the count's 1-1 to Peyton Ingram. 2-0 here. 1 out at the bottom of this first inning. That's hit right at the shortstop. That's going to be a double play. Up, double pump. Double pump cost him the double play.
Yeah, it did. As the second baseman right there, Talon Mendoza, just couldn't get the ball out of the glove on the exchange. But Peyton Ingram hits into that fielder's choice.
Well, it's good and bad. That takes the slower runner off ahead of Peyton Ingram. So if something hit in the gap, Peyton Ingram is liable to be able to score. And that big Northlet can hit him in the gap. .426, 5 home runs, 27 driven in. Pick-off attempt. Not in time.
Well, and you got Biggs Northrup up right here with 2 outs. Good opportunity if you can get stolen base, and you've got a runner in scoring position. If not, you start the inning over with Biggs Northrup.
First pitch right there for strike one. And Biggs taking a pitch.
Mm-hmm. That's important.
First pitch swinging yesterday. Some fly balls on his behalf as well. Drove one pretty deep, but got the speed of other ball players here. Outfield been some good play. Seen a lot of speed over the last 2 days. People tracking balls down. Big ballpark.
Yeah, it really is.
Bigger than they're used to playing in. And the turf spin. That's been the real problem for the outfielders, is that skip and bounce off the turf. You've seen it go over or skip through and go on. 1-1 pitch. That one puts charge into that one. But Colin Baker, the center fielder, is going to chase that down for the F8.
Yeah, you talked about outfield play. That ball was hit pretty well to center field, but Baker doing a nice job, just keeps the ball in front of him as he backpedals and makes the catch.
So the South Sevier Rams, they come up with 2 hits. They do it on 3 runs. There was 1 error on San Juan, and there was 1 runner left on base. So after 1 complete, it's the South Sevier Rams 2, the San Juan Broncos nothing. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Plays or navigate steep trails, and some hands heal. They mend broken bones, deliver new life, set us on the right path, and help us feel better again. At Sevier Valley Hospital, our hands are here to help and heal.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on KSVC.
Yes, Mid-Utah Radio and V6 Media. We're back here at Larry H. Miller, Brigham Young University. Elimination game in 2A State baseball. South Sevier holds a 2-0 edge going into the top of the second inning over the San Juan Broncos. Coming up for San Juan in the top of the second inning, Cooper Palmer, Ian Johnson, and Colin Baker.
Yeah, Cooper Palmer batting from the left side.
Yep.
He's the first baseman's had a great tournament.
Hits .397, 2 home runs, 33 runs driven in.
Well, and he hits with power too, Willie.
Big kid. First pitch from Keegan Heath. One that's hit in the air, but right at. Biggs Northup has moved to center field with Keegan Heath on there, so the F8 out number 1.
Yeah, that was a well-hit ball, pretty much a line shot just on that left side of center field, but Biggs Northup able to track that one down.
Yeah, South Sevier playing fairly deep. Another left-handed hitter. That's going to be Ian Johnson, 383, 1 home run, 21 runs driven in. On the left side as well. That one hits him off the bounce. So the first hit by pitch goes to Keegan Heath. Yeah, he couldn't get a grip on that curveball. That's what he was trying to throw.
Yep.
That'll bring Colin Baker to the plate. Colin comes in hitting .333, 2 home runs, 29 driven in.
Yeah, we've seen Colin Baker yesterday against Duchesne go 2 for 3 with the walk.
Keegan make the slide step. Baker had squared the bump but pulled it back and takes ball 1.
That's one thing you will see with San Juan is they'll use that to their advantage with the first baseman holding the runner on and third base was playing back. They thought maybe we'll be able to get a bunt base hit going right here, but Canyon Okerlund now up on the edge of the grass.
Cannon's good. He's good. He can throw off that, pick that thing up, throw off balance. Does a good job at third base there. The 1-0 outside for ball 2. So the first time for Keegan throwing from the stretch.
Good pitch right here on a hit and run situation.
Squares the bunt, watches strike 1 go by.
Yeah, see what Coach Jens Nelson does. I'm not sure he was trying to bunt, just more or less trying to fake that bunt until he got a strike called.
So the 2-1 on its way. That's going to be the first base hit for the San Juan Broncos. That's in the gap. That's going to move the runner to third. Quick pickup there by, they're going to send him. Here comes the throw. It's going to be late. Runner going to third. Up, throws high, gets down the thing. He's going to come home. We got a tie ball game.
Yeah, just a couple, just a nice base hit and then some really questionable base running, but it works out in San Juan's favor. Neither throw for South Sevier able to, get there in time and then a little bit high and offline. Gets away from Okerlund, allows Baker to come around and score.
We had 2 errors. I don't remember who they were on, but 2 throwing errors in that inning on the South Sevier Rams.
Yeah, I think you'd say double with the RBI and then, like you said, 2 throwing errors and tied ball game.
First pitch strike to Talon Mendoza. Another tough out here. Just showed the speed of the San Juan Broncos. They can strike 2. Next pitch outside on the curveball.
Well, and the difference is the curveball is Keegan Heath that first inning really had that going, was able to mix it up and then struggle with throwing the curveball for a strike.
Yep, still struggling there. That one in the dirt and all the way to the backstop for ball 2. So Keegan threw 12 pitches in that first inning.
Yeah, falls behind right here. 3-1.
So the 3-1 to Talon Mendoza. Next pitch. In the count full. That hits that inside corner. Keegan not giving in. Didn't want to just tank one. Painted that inside corner.
Yep.
Full count pitch on the way. Fouled off by Mendoza. He got on top of that one. So Mendoza hit a couple of them yesterday as well. That inside pitch, he can get around on it. Good quick hands. Counts full, 1 out. That ball's lifted back behind us.
Yeah, just a little late on the fastball, Talon Mendoza, and right now Keegan Heath just challenging him with that fastball. That's his best pitch right now.
This will be the 8th pitch in the at-bat to Talon Mendoza. There, that's hit towards Canyon Okerlund. Goes to Tate Brown for the 5-3 put out number 2.
Great job, Keegan Heath falling behind 3-1, but he comes back with fastballs and just attacks the hitter right there. Talon Mendoza able to finally get one fair and ground out to the third baseman.
That'll bring Jake Ivins to the plate, hitting 288, 15 driven in, nobody on, in a tie ball game with 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd inning. First pitch from Keegan Heath. Curveball there, he dialed it in. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball fouled off to the left-hand side. He got around on that one.
Yeah, and I really think that's going to be the key for South Sevier and for Keegan Heath is you've got to be able to throw more than just a fastball for strikes and keep these San Juan hitters guessing up there.
So the 0-2. On its way. Curveball, he got him.
Yeah, and a good-looking pitch that time.
So, second strikeout. San Juan Broncos, though, they strike for 2. They do it on the 1 hit. There were 2 errors, 2 throwing errors on the South Sevier, and nobody left on. So at the end of 1.5, 2-2, we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Teb's Financial is proud to support our local high school baseball teams located at 180 North, 100 East, Suite C in Richfield. Owner Haley Tebs is happy to help with all of your individual and group health insurance needs. At Tebs Financial, they can also offer a wide range of investment options, including IRAs and college savings plans. Stop in or call 893-2107. And remember, Babe Ruth once said, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Securities offered through Parkland Securities Company, LLC, member FINRA SIPC. Tebs Financial is independent of Parkland Securities.
Just a reminder, Albee Lumber in Manti and Monroe custom manufactures trusses to order. Give them a call if you need a quote on trusses for your building project, large or small. Albee has architectural shingles on sale, plus great deals on Trex decking. Need power tools? Albee Lumber has a full line of power tools at great prices right now. Come in and check the sale items with new deals every week at Albee Lumber in Manti and Monroe, where the wood is good and so is the hardware.
Your connection for high school sports. KSVC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here alongside our broadcast partners, V6 Media, Larry H. Miller Ballpark on the Brigham Young University campus. 2A state baseball elimination game. South Sevier Rams, San Juan Broncos. We're tied at 2. We're in the bottom of the 2nd with South Sevier coming to the plate with their 7, 8, 9 hitters. Kenyon Okerlund, Tyson Robb, Cameron Hesse. Canyon hitting 448. Does have the 1 home run. We saw that 2 days ago. 22 runs driven in. First pitch, Parker Snyder's down for ball 1.
Yeah, good at bat so far here for Canyon Okerlund laying off that pitch.
So the 1-0. That one's lifted to the infield. Who's going to get a second baseman? Talon Mendoza called it. He's got the P4 for out number 1. Cameron got on it. Looks like he was trying to go to the right-hand side. Just got under it.
Yeah, just really needed to stay on top of that pitch. And instead, like you said, the backside collapsed a little bit and lifted that one towards second baseman in the air.
That'll bring up Tyson Robb, 303, 1 home run, 26 driven in. First pitch from Snyder. Bounces for ball 1.
Tyson Robb, we saw him yesterday, came in and actually pitched pretty good.
Yes, he did.
He's played right field, and today's in left field.
Next pitch. That stays down for ball 2. Might have caught the corner, but it looked like it's probably low. 2-0. 1 out. That was lifted towards the right-hand side. Ian Johnson's coming in hard. He can't get it, and that bounces over his head. There goes Tyson Robb to second base. We talked about the turf. What it does, comes up with a turf double.
Yeah, it looked like Ian Johnson tried to knock it down, then he tried to dribble it like a basketball and get it to bounce up. And he just could not pick up the ball.
So that stupid thing just bounced good for me. Why would it bounce now?
Robb just running hard all the way, recognizes it, and gets into second base.
That'll bring up the DH, Cameron Hesse, hitting .426 with 15 runs batted in. Start of the year, Coach Baker was worried about his number 9 hitter, who he was going to put there. He put Cameron Hesse there, and he hasn't looked back. Take strike one.
Yeah, Cameron Hesse's got 2 RBIs in yesterday's game. He's still looking for his first hit. He got on the E5, but had the RBI, and then he flew out on the sac fly to center field for another RBI.
So he got an RBI opportunity out there if he can find a hole. That one bounces, good stop there. Throw behind from Branton Bethea, who takes over for Parker Snyder behind the plate. Parker's usually there.
Yeah, and that's the difference, too. South Shore needs to be able to take advantage of that when they get base runners on, as Bethea. He does a nice job, but he's not the catcher that Parker Snyder is.
He does not have anywhere near the arm. We just saw that there. Next one's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. It does a good job, it looks like, defensively. This is the first time we've seen him back there, but we just saw his arm. It's not as strong as Parker Snyder's.
And right now, Snyder just missing outside, just flying open on the front side, pulling that pitch that should be over the middle of the plate into that right-hand batter's box.
So the 3-1 pitch from Parker Snyder. This is inside. Get the base on balls. The first base on balls given up by Snyder. Going to put runners at first and second. That'll bring Stockton Roberts.
Nope.
We're back. He keeps going to the DH.
Yeah.
The number 10 man.
Yeah, Roberts is playing right field, but Cameron Hesse is the DH. He's the designated hitter batting for Stockton Roberts, so Riley Barney, the leadoff hitter.
He had a single back up the middle his first time and scored. That one's going to drop down in there. They're going to send. Here comes the play at the plate. It's going to be late.
Yeah, just cut off right there by Jake Ivins and no throw. So Riley Barney 2 for 2. The senior stepping up big here for the South Shore Rams.
With an RBI. Cameron Hesse had to stop at second because the cutoff came in like it should. So runners at first and second. Fifth hit in the ball game. Rich Tebbs at the plate. Now he had a single and scored the second run on the hit by Tate Brown. Oh, swinging. He a little early that time. Little antsy.
Yep, but he recognized the situation. Chance to go get another run out there and keep this inning going.
So the 0-1. 1 out. Runners at first and second. 3-2. Favors South Sevier. There's one that's bounced at the third baseman. He's going to. Nope. Tried to throw off the back foot.
Yeah, and that's one of those that, sometimes you're trying to make the amazing play, but you got to just take the out and then make the smart play, and that would have been not to even throw that ball. Cooper Palmer did an excellent job just to come off of first base and catch it without, getting in the way of Rich Tebbs and letting that ball get past him down to right field. That probably would have scored another run. So sometimes saving the throw is the better thing to do, but
2 outs when he gets Cameron Hesse at third base.
Yeah, fortunate for San Juan. Cooper Palmer did a nice job.
Keegan Heath fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. Keegan bounced out to the second baseman his first time up. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Riley Barney and Rich Tebbs. Good speed out there. If Keegan Heath can find a hole. That pitch stays up, even things up at 1-1.
Yeah, Keegan Heath has a chance to help himself out as he's the pitcher.
That was lifted to the right-hand side. He was looking to go to that right side. Makes the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scoreboard operator still having some problems today.
Harry heard you.
You got it now. I think it's different equipment from what it's similar but not the same. There goes the runner to third to throw. from Bethea. And Riley Barney's at third base.
Well, that's the thing that South Sevier, needs to do a lot more of is get the extra base on the balls in dirt. Right there, Rich Tebb should have recognized that, and he should have been down at second base too.
Yeah, you got to watch it, especially on the throw. So the 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. There's the first and third. There goes the runner. The ball's in the dirt. Bethea just holds up on it. So defensive indifference gives the stolen base. And we got a full count.
And Keegan Heath was wise to take a pitch right there and let him get down there. Now the base hit scores 2. Had he went ahead and swung right there, even if he gets a base hit, he only scores 1.
So full count. 2 out there if he can find a hole. Here's the pitch. That's going up to third baseman. He's going to have to hurry. He's not going to get it. He knew it. He knew he was going to have to hurry. So on the infield single. Riley Barney scores from third. Rich Tibbs moves to third. Keegan Heath on there with the second run in the inning. Third hit in the inning. 6 total for South Sevier. So they put up another 2 spot here. Take the 4-2 lead. That brings Tate Brown up. He singled back up the middle as well, his first time up.
Yeah, and Tate Brown would be wise to see if he can take a pitch here and let Keegan Heath get down to second base.
Here. He come close to balking there.
Yeah, he did step back first, but you're
right.
Step
back, but trying to deke play. But he did it backwards. There goes Keegan. Good pitch to steal on that one's inside. And low for ball 1. Now Tate's got all the options he needs. From the left-hand side. Took the first pitch you saw from Parker Snyder right back up the middle. That started to go. Held off for ball 2.
Yeah, and you see where Jake Ivins is playing now. He's actually about 5 feet up on the grass because of that slow chopper. He realized he can't play so far back, but what that does is it brings him up. You already got the left-handed batter. Tate Brown likes to hit the ball to left field. There's a big hole over there towards shortstop.
Yep.
There
Kind of finds it. Right there. He found it. That's going to score at least 2. That will. So Tate Brown with back-to-back hits.
Yeah, Tate Brown, probably as good a hitter as you're going to see hitting to all fields. And it's almost like a slow pitch softball for him. He sees where the hole is and he finds it and goes right there, picks up 2 RBIs.
Yep, so we've got a conference at the mound. It looks like we're going to get a pitching change. So while we're waiting to find out all the changes, we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Hey, Utah, feeding your family or friends just got a whole lot easier at Pizza Hut in Richfield. You can get 2 medium 1-topping pizzas, 5 breadsticks, and your choice of pasta or wings, or you can skip the sides and get 3 medium 1-topping pizzas, all for just $25.99. Just stop by Pizza Hut across the street from Larson's Ace Hardware in Richfield and ask for the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Call Corey Sorensen in Richfield or Cena Rasmussen in Salina for Sorensen Levitt Insurance.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
Live play-by-play coverage of local high school sports.
KSBC.
Okay, Willie Aker, Nolan Anderson back here alongside our V6 media partners. And new pitchers, Talon Mendoza. Parker Snyder gets back behind the plate. Brenton DeFea takes the spot at second base. 41 pitches is the final count for Parker Snyder. Talon Mendoza will face Peyton Ingram and Biggs Northup. Tate Brown at first after just hitting that 2-run single. First pitch. Peyton Ingram's down for ball one.
Well, and some key hitting right there. Keegan Heath with 2 outs gets a single and RBI, and then Tate Brown again with 2 outs gets a single and 2 RBI. So some clutch hitting for the Rams.
There's one that's going back up the middle. That'll get Tate Brown to second base. Colin Baker come in there quick and get that one. So 5 hits in the inning. He scored the 4 runs. Or 5 hits total, I should say. Not 5 in the inning. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in the inning.
Well, just after the top of the second, when San Juan gets 2 of their own to tie it 2-2, you get to the bottom of the second, and 4 spots so far for the Rams, and they're still not done.
No, runners at first and second. And it is the 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits in the inning. First pitch to Big Northup that misses for ball one. Next pitch upstairs for ball two. Biggs is the big bat in the lineup.
Well, he hit one pretty well to center field, but like you say, it's 402 out there, and big ballpark.
Yeah, if it hit that one to left center field, he would have had a scoreboard shot. Next pitch in there for strike one.
The thing that I like about Biggs Northrup's at-bats right now is he's seeing a lot more pitches, though, not chasing.
2-1 from Mendoza. Tries to get that curveball. Everybody's going to move up. Even Tate Brown can move up on that one. On the wild pitch. Ball 3.
Yeah, now base hit for sure is going to score 2.
Yeah, I got Peyton Ingram, good speed out there at second. Tate Brown at third. That's hit right at the third baseman. He has to double pump. That's the problem he had yesterday. Beats it out. Yep, that's the same third baseman. That's Jake Ivins.
He kind of got confused, I think, too, a little bit. He got a runner going home and a runner coming to third instead of just recognizing, hey, ball hit to me, I'm going to first, not worry about either runner. It was a tough play, too. It kind of took a short skip hop really close to getting under his glove, but he's able to scoop it. And then, like you said, just had to double clutch it and try to rifle it over to first base. But Biggs Northrop with the head first slide into first gets there safely and scores another run.
So they batted around. Kenyon Oakland to start this thing off with a pop-up. And Big Northup takes second base on the defensive indifference.
Well, already South Sevier 7 runs and 9 hits here when we're just still in the bottom of the second.
That was a ball. Kenyon Oakland popped up the second to make the first out of the inning. Takes the next pitch for called strike. Pitch way outside. Good job there to get out there and get that one from Parker Snyder.
Yes, Snyder saved another run.
Counts 2-1. 2 outs. 5 runs across this inning for South Sevier. Next pitch. Another one bounces. Good stop there by Parker Snyder.
Well, Kenyon Oakland so far probably the biggest hit in this tournament with that 3-run homer. Broke a tie 3-3 game, and South Sevier went on to win that one over Beaver 6-3.
Out there in the pine trees right above that 347 sign, the 3-1 pitch on its way. Canyon takes it for ball 4.
Yeah, now it makes you wonder. San Juan does have someone down in the bullpen, but they're just kind of running out of arms there.
Yep.
Not a lot left in the tank.
Bases are loaded for Tyson Robb. He had a single and scored already in the inning. Scored the first run, first of 5 in this inning. Here's the pitch to Tyson. Gets the corner for strike 1. So Tyson up in the dirt. Yep, everybody's going to hold. Good stop there to keep it from going all the way to the backstop by Parker Snyder. Just wasn't Parker's day on the mound today, but they've bolstered their defense by putting him back behind the plate.
Well, and this is a South Sevier hitting team that we expected to see in the first 2 games. Just haven't had that.
That was lifted in the air. That's going to be trouble. Third baseman going. He can't find it. Shortstop picks it up late. So Garrett Young comes over on the P6. That will end the inning. But not before the South Sevier Rams come up with 5 runs the inning. I have them on 5 hits. And then you come up that same thing, Coach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
No, 6.
6 hits.
6 hits in the inning. So that makes the run score 7-2 in favor of the South Sevier Rams. We'll go to the top of the 3rd on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Coach Labrum, he really loves to see the success of his players after baseball. He loves to see a lot of these young men he's coached be successful husbands, be successful in their jobs, be successful as fathers. That means a lot to him. I've heard him say it. It makes him proud to see these boys that he's mentored and coached grow up to be good people.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader, KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. I'm still trying to tally all the runs and stuff.
Your home for high school sports, KSBC.
Yep. So we're going to go to the top of the 3rd inning with a score of 7-2.
Complete coverage of local high school.
We're having a little technical difficulties here. Coming to bat in the top inning for Branton Bethea. And back to the top of the order, Parker Snyder and Garrett Young for the San Juan Broncos. First pitch from Keegan Heath hit in the air toward the right-hand side. Dr. Roberts camped there. Got it for the F9. First out.
Yeah, right now all the momentum South Sevier's favor. Heath got to go out there and feel a lot more confident, too, after that 2nd inning with the getting the 5-run lead back. And now he just go out there and pitch with the lead and pitch to contact.
So, going to face Parker Snyder, struck out his first time up. First pitch, curveball, and stay up. Got to still have that curveball working, so time to dial that in. Talked about the long inning of rest. Next pitch finds the bottom part of the strike zone there for strike one. Evens things at 1-1. 1 out. 7-2 to score on top of 3. Curveball, he offered at it. And they say yes. Strike 2 does get by. Peyton Ingram goes to the backstop. It doesn't matter, nobody on base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guy's still having some trouble there, ain't he? Curveball there, stays upstairs.
Yeah, and I like what
he got it right. He knew what was coming.
Yeah, and I like what he's trying to do though is really establish and get that curveball working, because that's going to be key. We're only in the top of the third, but if this San Juan team continues to battle and score runs, keep this one close, they're going to need him to be able to throw that curveball.
This is the time to work on it with nobody on and a 5-run lead. Get that thing dialed in. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Well, and what that does, that curveball sets up that fastball. Just blew it right by him right there on the outside part of the plate. That's the second time striking out Parker Snyder for Keegan Heath.
Yeah, Parker had come in hitting 403. So that makes Garrett Young, center field or shortstop, 333, 2 home runs, 21 runs driven in. He flew out to the right field his first time. From the left side, here's the first pitch. Heath gets him.
Gets him in the foot. That's the second hit by pitch. Hit Ian Giants on earlier.
He's having troubles still spotting that curveball, trying to go down and in. So with 2 outs, that brings up Jersey Neves. Grounded out the second baseman his first time up. Riley Barney's out there setting up the defense. Throw over, not in time. Stockton going to keep him close. They got the wheels. We know Garrett Young's got them. We saw him yesterday. Got that sliding glove on. Another one over there.
Are you going to get him for a balk, maybe?
I think the tag, the sweep tag. Tate will come down with a pretty hard tag from time to time. I'm not sure what you can.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's what I was thinking. Is he going to get him for a balk? But it'd be the other umpire that would call that.
First pitch upstairs for ball 1 to Jersey Neves. Well, they got 5 that inning. You want to come back and hold them. Don't want to give any up right here. Getting over again. Tate just swipes again.
Yeah, I'd be curious
what he said to him.
What he said, because there he did the same sweep tag, so I'm not sure.
If that guy comes back in head first, anything, you know.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is maybe Tate Brown said something.
Yeah.
And so he went over and just said, hey, you know, make the play, but don't say anything. I'll make the calls.
There's the throw. Going to get him.
Yep.
So, when you're down 5, you don't want to get caught stealing. So Jersey Neves will start off again. But no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. After 2.5, it's South Sevier 7, San Juan 2. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Harmon Tire in Nephi is proud to sponsor this broadcast of high school sports and wants to wish the Juab Wasps good luck. Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi, has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheel shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps!
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance at Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back, Larry H. Miller Field alongside our broadcast partners, V6 Media, providing the video for the tournament. South Sevier with a 7-2 lead comes to bat in the bottom of the third. Cameron Hesse at bat, takes the first pitch to Mendoza for ball one. Mendoza's second inning of work.
Well, and really, Willie, we've kind of talked a lot about it, but the difference so far for the South Sevier team is the patience at the plate. They're willing to take a strike on a marginal pitch and being a lot more selective at the plate getting their pitch.
Just like that there, Cameron Hesse looked at strike one. Mendoza comes with the curveball on the inside portion.
Well, and right there again, willing to not swing at the curveball, let it, that's fine, strike two. Now we'll, choke up, battle.
And well outside, keeping things up at 2-2.
Both strikes, were marginal pitches, but Hesse smart, laying off them, even though they're called strikes.
Cameron was walked and forced out at third base back in the second inning. Next pitch down in the dirt. That's going to bring the count full.
And now he's worked the count full to where he's going to be able to select. And still, you got to protect. You got two strikes, but you're probably going to get your pitch here.
Stares upstairs, made that one easy. So the base on balls. That's the second base on balls given up by Mendoza, the third in the ball game for the San Juan staff.
Yeah, and that's two for Cameron Hesse. Both at bats, he's drawn walks.
Talked about Eric Baker early in the season, trying to figure out what he was going to do with the number 9. Decided to try Cameron Hesse.
Hey, big, strong kid, and he's done a nice job for him.
So Riley Barney up 2 for 2 in the ball game, 2 runs scored. Mendoza steps off. Hesse steps back. Hesse's got good speed. Not a real big lead, just 2 steps. Oh, there's a balk. That's going to move him. Fell off the mound. That's what you get sometimes when you don't get a lot of experience on the mound, especially one here. This here, a lot of your mounds will have a place where you really got a spot where you can dig in right in front of the rubber. But this one, you don't have it. You're on a piece of carpet there.
Yeah, Cameron Hesse, too, mentioned him. He's one of the many sophomores on this team.
So the first pitch is upstairs. Yep, got a good sophomore base. Some good freshmen as well. We'll be able to see some of them freshmen, especially in pitching roles later in the day, should South Sevier go on. And at this point in time, it looks like they've got a fair to middling chance to make it to that next ball game. Next pitch outside for ball 2. Mendoza takes a look at Hesse there at second base behind him. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs as well. Ball 3. Mendoza's already walked 2. He's in danger of walking his third. He's only faced, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters. A 6 hitter. So this is the 6 hitter he's faced. Walked 2 of them. Balked on 1. And that's way upstairs. That'll put Riley Barney on.
Yeah, Riley Barney 2 for 2 has an RBI now based on
Coach Nielsen's going to go out. While Coach Nielsen goes out, we'll go back to the studio. You're on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet and flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out, and Shepherd's will do the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new, stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks from Shepherd's. With new hours from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, shop Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done. Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or GeorgeChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group. If building dreams is how you make your living, demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Choose from skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, compact excavators, and more. Built-in visibility, stability, and comfort allow you to work with a higher level of confidence, speed, and efficiency. Learn more about the performance of New Holland construction equipment. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Dr. Richard Yardley grew up on a cattle ranch and learned the values of hard work and simple truths, like fences don't repair themselves. The same is also true with our vision. Mountain View Vision Center, located in Richfield, has the solution for your optometry needs. From a youngster's first glasses, pre- and post-operative LASIK consultation, or treating cataracts, Mountain View Vision Center is a clear choice. Dr. Yardley trained at the Moran Eye Center and served as the president of Utah's Optometric Association. Mountain View Vision is a winning team, proud to sponsor our local high school athletes.
Your source for high school sports. KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. The new pitcher is Jagger Neves for Coach Nielsen and the San Juan Broncos. That will move Brenton Bethea to the DH position. Jersey Neves will go in as the number 10 person in the lineup. And Jagger Neves will face Ridge Tebbs, the number 2 hitter. Ridge got a single and got on a fielder's choice and scored 2 runs. First pitch is a ball. Next pitch, right there for strike 1.
Jagger just a freshman for San Juan?
Yep. One on its way. That was lifted to the right-hand side. Ridge was looking to that hole there in right center field.
Well, that's when Ridge is really good, is when he hits that ball the other way.
Yeah,
squares it up, and then it helps him, use all fields.
Yeah, good power to right center. His 1 home run we saw earlier this year came to right center. That's up over his head. Leaving things at 2-2. Yeah, a game Robert and I did. He hit one out over the right center field on the high school field. A little bigger ballpark than the one at across the street, the recreation complex. That ball's in the dirt, but a good stop there by Parker Snyder.
Yeah, full count here. Runners at first and second, no out. South Sevier, San Juan just trying to do anything they can to slow them down, and they're going to rely on the freshmen to try to do it here. Leaves that one up for ball 4. Ridge draws the walk. That's going to load him up for Keegan Heath. He comes to the plate, grounded out to second baseman first time up, and then had the single and RBI in his last at-bat. Keegan on the mound for the Rams, doing a nice job.
Okay. Bases loaded, nobody out for Keegan. Jagger Neves finds himself in a tough spot. Tough spot for a freshman. Tough spot for anybody. Jagger comes to the plate. Keegan's going to lift one to center field. That's going to get down. Colin Baker had gone back. That's going to score 2 on the turf double.
Yeah, and I was just going to say too, Baker was probably, as far as all of the outfielders, he was playing the most shallow. I thought he might have a chance at it, but he come in and made a diving effort, just not able to come up with it. And Keegan Heath can end up with the double and 2 more RBIs.
That's what balls will get you. In defense, it gets you lots of problems. Offense, it can sure help your offensive numbers. 9-2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 runs already across. Next pitch from Neves, going to catch the corner. Strike 1. Tate Brown didn't agree, batting from the left-hand side. He looked at old Blue like he had 2 heads.
Yeah, Tate Brown 2 for 2, 3 RBIs.
Next pitch from Jagger. That's going to be lifted to center field. That may not be deep enough to score the run. They're going to try it. Here comes the throw. The relay is going to be late. So the F8 for Tate Brown, but he's going to get the RBI. Fly out. 3rd run in the inning.
That's going to bring up Peyton Ingram. He's 1 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice his first time up and then had the single.
10 runs on 10 hits so far for the South Sevier Rams. And we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Peyton Ingram. You're going to see his first pitch from Jagger Neves. That curveball going to stay upstairs for ball 1. We got Jersey and Jagger. Jersey was on the mound.
Yeah, senior freshman. We saw him in that first game against Gunnison.
Yep. Next pitch. That's hit towards Colin Bicker. That's going to burn him. That's going to get over his head. That could be the inside the park we're talking about. Nope, they're gonna hold him up, I think.
Yeah, Colin Baker got to it quickly in a really strong throw into Garrett Young. But Peyton Ingram, 2 for 3 now, gets him triple right there and clears the bases ahead of him.
So the 4th run in the inning. Compared to 1 out, going to leave Peyton Ingram at second base for Biggs Northrop. Biggs 1 for 2 in the ball game. Strike 1.
Yeah, good looking curveball that time from Neves.
I'm running out of scoring space here. My columns, I made them too big. Next pitch, curveball stays outside, trying to stay away from Biggs.
Well, and he's trying to get that curveball going because right now it's just been fastballs and these South Sevier hitters are teeing off.
Colin Baker comes back in, playing shallow. Biggs going to burn him again.
Yep, that one's deep.
No, maybe not. He's going to get back on that one. That one was lifted just a little bit more, but that's going to score the run. The F8 going to give Biggs a...
Yeah, and he's looking at Coach Tebbs over there at first base like, I hit that as good as I could have hit that. What the heck? And once again, 402. We've seen that same exact thing his first time up, and he's probably hitting that ball 380.
Yep.
You know.
Second consecutive inning that the South Sevier Rams have put up the number 5 cricket number. Jens Nielsen's going to the mound. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Rocky Mountain Turf Farm prides themselves on being family-owned and operated for 45 years. They offer locally grown Kentucky bluegrass with multiple varieties available, WaterStar certified options included. Sod is cut and delivered daily with install options available from residential to commercial. They even guarantee their grass sod to be disease-free, weed-free, alive, and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com.
Some hands swing rackets or grip irons. Some make winning plays or navigate steep trails. And some hands heal. They mend broken bones, deliver new life, set us on the right path, and help us feel better again. At Sevier Valley Hospital, our hands are here to help and heal.
Your source for high school sports.
KSBC.
Okay, Baylor Nielsen's going to replace Jagger Neves in the lineup. He's going to pitch for Coach Nielsen. Imagine they're related. I suppose, Coach.
Well, pretty good guess. I would think so too.
Just a freshman, not a big kid. Comes right straight down over the top. See what kind of luck he has here with the South Sevier lineup. South Sevier got 2 outs up there on the board and 2 flyouts to center field. He's going to have to face Canyon Okerlund. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Popped up the second, takes the first pitch for ball 1.
Yeah, curveball on the inside part of the plate. We might just see Nelson throw lots of curveballs.
Long look in. Here's the pitch. Another curveball. That's going to get the corner.
Well, we saw that from both the Beaver pitcher and Kanab pitcher against the South Sevier team. Was lots of curveballs, and it kind of kept the hitters off balance.
It's not a real sharp one, though, so if he starts leaving that curveball up there, he's going to have a long afternoon.
Yeah, Canyon Oakland P4 his first at bat, and then base on balls.
Well, long morning, I should say. Just 11:08. Game started at 10 o'clock. It's 12-2 right now. There's a bouncer for ball 3. We're at Larry H. Miller Field alongside our broadcast partners, V6 Media. Out in the basin. You want to cool down, take a trip to the Uinta Basin. So summertime, then it'll heat up. You're going to use your heater and air conditioner all in one day most days out there in the basement. That's a base on balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th base on balls given up.
I was just counting those same thing because that's been huge in this game. And that's the key to me. Is not only is South Sevier hitting the baseball, but it's they're hitting better pitches. They're being more patient. They're drawing walks.
There goes the runner. There's the throw up high though. Almost gets to center field. Canyon Oakland has a stolen base.
Yeah, they're just being a lot more patient at the plate, and that's forcing these San Juan pitchers to groove them one, and then when they do, South Sevier's made them pay.
Tyson Robb just took a strike right down the middle and gave his teammate an opportunity to get down there. Next pitch. Strike 2.
Well, credit the players and the coaches for recognizing the situation and saying, hey, we've got to change our focus. We've got to regroup and get back to the basics.
Next pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. No, ball 1. I've been watching the scoreboard instead of looking at my own scorebook. I'm going to have to quit doing that. That one's ripped foul to the left side. Is it going to stay? No, it's going to get out of play.
Well, they tried to challenge him on the fastball up, but it wasn't up far enough, and Rob able to foul that one back.
9th hitter in the inning. Again, they batted around, brought 11 to the plate last inning. Put up 5 then. They've already put up 5 now. They've got 2 outs. Tyson Robb lifts one foul to the right-hand side. He's an equal opportunity.
Ooh, right on the kid's head. Darn it.
Just missed him.
Not sure if that's his mom or not, but she kind of rubbed his head, and he nods his head like I'm okay.
Did it on the bounce, didn't it?
No, right.
Got it
just,
right.
Oh. It didn't hit him square on top. It skimmed the back
Next
of it.
Pitch hit towards the third baseman. He's going to go to first base for the 5-3 put out. The third out of the ball game, but the damage is done. South Sevier comes up with 5 runs. They do it on 10 hits. There were no errors in the inning, and there was 1 runner left on. So at the end of 3 complete, it's 12-2 in favor of the South Sevier Rams. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
This is how legends 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Hey Utah, feeding your family or friends just got a whole lot easier at Pizza Hut in Richfield. You can get 2 medium 1-topping pizzas, 5 breadsticks, and your choice of pasta or wings, or you can skip the sides and get 3 medium 1-topping pizzas, all for just $25.99. Just stop by Pizza Hut, across the street from Larson's Ace Hardware in Richfield, and ask for the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay, we're back here. Larry H. Miller Field. South Sevier leading 10-2. Keegan Heath still in the ball game. First pitch strike to Jersey Neves. Next pitch. Gets the corner for strike 2. They're going to take some pitches, try and crawl back in this. That's not a bad idea.
No, and, South Sevier with the 10-run lead, I would imagine, it's not going to be too long before you see Keegan Heath get pulled and save some pitches.
That's a 6-3 put out there. Ridge Tebbs to Tate Brown for out number 1.
You obviously want to win this game, and especially if you could win this one in 5, you say pitches all the way around. But Keegan Heath's had a great game, and you'd like to see him be able to turn around and start this next game probably as well if you're South Sevier.
Cooper Palmer flew out to right field his first time. Nope, nobody's going to get to that one.
That's one of those tough ones. Someone's got to call it and then just go lay out. It's your only way you're going to make that play because they're both going for it. If one will get out of the way, the other one has a chance to maybe dive and lay out. You might be able to come up with that, but that was right in no man's land between catcher and third base, foul in front of the South Sevier dugout.
Yeah, about 12-foot foul, but like you said, equidistant between the two. So the 0-1 from Keegan Heath. Cooper Palmer, there's a curveball that's ripped towards left field. Stockton Roberts got that. He's going to get it in. So I just have that as the second hit for the San Juan Broncos.
Well, and I like what South Sevier's done with their outfielders. They're probably playing deeper than any team has, and they're just willing to say, hey, you can get a single. We're going to keep the ball in front of us, but you're not going to get the extra base hits.
That's exactly right. First pitch from Keegan Heath is a swing and a miss to Ian Johnson for strike 1. 1 out, we got 1 runner on. It's a 12-2 ball game. We're in the top of the 4th inning where San Juan is down by 10 while they're batting with the 1 out. Next pitch, Keegan Heath, that's hit right back to him. He's going to turn, go to second. Bounces it. So, on the E1, everybody's safe.
Well, I think he was trying to get that perfect throw to Ridge Tebbs so he could come across the bag and then go on to first base to try to get the double play. But you've just got to throw a strike at the bag and make sure you get the 1 out.
Now, people don't realize that is a tough play for a pitcher. You've been throwing 60 feet 6 inches. You got to turn around and throw it the other direction. First pitch to Colin Baker upstairs for ball 1. Don't see anybody in the bullpen for Coach Eric Baker. Thinking maybe he would pull Keegan Heath at some point in the ball game. That ball's fouled right straight back. Even things up at 1-1.
Umpire almost had a chance just to open his bag there and catch that one as it bounced off the net.
1-1, 1 out. Runners at first and second for the San Juan Broncos. Colin Baker at the plate. Pitch from Keegan Heath, a curveball. Peyton Ingram tried to frame that one. A little tall order on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Even things up at 2-2. Colin Baker came into the game hitting .333, 2 home runs, 29 runs driven in. Covers a lot of ground in center field for Coach Jens Nielsen. Here's the pitch. That's lifted to the right side. Stockton Roberts up, soft glove. Kind of just trotting out there. That's
gonna have trouble.
He comes to throw the plate. They got one hung up here. They're going to get one out of it is all.
Well, you know, that's tough because the coach is, you know, that's not Coach Nelson bringing him. He's just running, expecting that I'm going to be able to get there. But because the runner in front of him, it was Ian Johnson, just ran over the top of Cooper Palmer basically. But he had to make sure that Stockton Roberts didn't catch that ball first. Normally you would score if it's clearly over his head, but he had to come clear back to second base, and they were running side by side all the way around third and even home, and then got caught.
So the first pitch to Tala Mendoza is up and in for ball one, so they only get one out of that. On their third hit in the ball game, that is 2 in this inning. Got a runner at third. There's one that's lifted towards the hole. That's going to get down and score a run. Mendoza with the hit. Colin Baker's going to come around and score. So the third hit in the inning, second run in the inning.
Well, and, you know,
that would have scored 2.
When you're down 10 runs, you know, that's why sometimes you just can't get too greedy, and you've got to go station to station. That would have, like you said, scored 2. It'd be 12-5 instead of 12-4.
So that brings up Jake Ivins. Everybody in the ballpark's wondering where that one was. Ball one. Tala Mendoza got some good speed out there. Let's see what he does. See if he tests the arm of Peyton Ingram. Not a big lead. Curveball. Their spot is last, and this time they call it a strike. Guess Blue just needed a second look at it. Keegan says, here you go. Try that again. Not a big lead for Mendoza. Keegan quick to the plate. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs across. Tala Mendoza at first base for the San Juan Broncos. There's the curveball. That's going to find a hole here. Took a good slap at that one.
Yeah, and just when you know, if you're South Sevier, just when you think you might have a chance to just go put this San Juan team away, they just keep fighting back and just come up with hit after hit.
That'll bring up Branton Bethea. Flew out to the right fielder, his first time up back in the third inning. We're in top of 4. It's a 12-4 ball game. Peyton Ingram out to talk to Keegan Heath. First pitch to Bethea. Upstairs for ball 1. Pitches in the inning. That's the longest inning he's had so far. The 1-0 on its way to Bethea. Outside for ball 2. Need to come into Bethea. Don't want to walk him, load the bases, and get back to the top of the lineup.
Yeah, exactly. Other than Heath has owned Parker Snyder.
He's down as well. Takes a deep breath. Looks at the scoreboard, sees the 3 balls, no strike. Bethea's already squared around to bunt. Keegan Heath just throws strike 1.
Yeah, you just got to challenge him.
They've tried that 2 or 3 times in the ball game, and he's thrown strikes right at their bat. Here's the 3-1. That one's down, though. He's going to walk the bases, load him up. Just the first walk given up by Keegan Heath.
Yeah, it's going to bring out Coach Brown out of the dugout to go talk to him, settle him down. Probably remind him, hey, you've struck Parker Snyder out twice. Just go get fastballs. They're going to get their hits. We're going to continue to hit on our end, but you can't give them any free passes.
No. That is exactly what he's saying. I can read his lips right here from behind him. So we got a 12-4 ball game. We're in the top of the 4th inning. It's an elimination game. Like we said, the loser is going to go home. Channel V6, this broadcast is brought to you by Channel V6, providing live and video on-demand access to high school sports across the Uinta Basin in northeastern Utah. Download the free mobile app or go to channelv6.com. That's where you'll find us today. That brings up Parker Snyder, like you said. Need the 8th hitter to face Keegan Heath in the inning from the windup. His pitch down for ball 1.
Got no place for Heath to put him. Got to throw strikes.
Just firing up the San Juan crowd. Next pitch, fouled off to the right-hand side. Parker Snyder was going after him.
Yeah, kind of an inside-out swing right there, trying to punch that one down the right field line. Hits it too far foul.
So the 1-1 from Keegan Heath. Curveball. That bounces, that gets away from, nobody's going to go. Gets away from Ingram.
Yeah, they're saying time something here.
Pointing at something over there. I don't know what, something was covered in ground rules about getting under the mat or something. Coach Baker's going to come out, see what it is going on.
And San Juan, you know, obviously you got to be careful and you don't want any outs, but that one gets to the backstop. You've got to be able to score on that one.
Nothing's going to happen. Baker goes back to the dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Parker Snyder at the plate. Came in hitting .403, 1 home run, 24 driven in. Pitch from Keegan Heath. Right there, strike 2.
Yeah, just fastball right down the middle. Says here it is. And he's actually got Snyder both times on the fastball. So once again, just need to challenge him with his best pitch.
That's what he does. Fouls it back. We'll stay even at 2-2 here. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning of a 12-4 ball game in favor of the South Sevier Rams. The loser goes home. Winner goes and plays Kanab in the next ball game. Have to beat him twice to get the championship. There's one that stays upstairs. Parker Snyder started to go.
Runners will be moving here on the pitch. Full count, 2 out. Loaded bases.
Snyder steps out, looks the signal. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Everybody's going to have to go back.
And as an infielder, you just have to know, just stay home, play your position. Any ball hit to you, you're going to go across the diamond to first base.
I'm not sure I wouldn't go from the stretch here. Strike 3. Gets him looking.
That's 3 times. 2 swinging and 1 looking, and that's a big one for Keegan Heath. Coach is asking, that ball's been up. He's wanting that ball to be up. The umpire's saying, no, that's right down the middle.
Okay, 2 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error in the ball game, and there were 3 runners left on. So at the end of 3.5, it's South Sevier 12, San Juan 4. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan. Oh, come on, ref! That's simple human sense.
Call Corey Sorensen in Richfield or Cena Rasmussen in Salina for Sorensen Levitt Insurance.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
Your source for high school sports. KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson alongside our broadcast partners, B6 Media, here at the Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. 12-4 ball game in the bottom of the fourth as South Sevier comes to the bat with that 8-run lead. They're going to face Baylor Nielsen, who came on last inning. First pitch to Cameron Hesse, right there for strike one. Next pitch, curveball stays up this time. So it's talked about. He's come in, he's thrown a lot of curveballs.
Yep, just trying to.
Not a big break is the problem. There's another one. Stays up. It's ball two. He did walk one runner himself in the previous inning, but did get Tyson Robb to bounce out to shortstop. That one stays up for ball three.
Kind of shallow in left and center, a little deeper in right field.
Ball four to Cameron Hesse.
That's 3 times Hesse's walked today. All 3 at-bats.
Talked about quality at-bats. We've been bragging on Cameron Hesse, picking up that number 9 position for Coach Baker. That brings us back to the top of the order. Riley Barney, 2 for 2, scored 3 runs. Walked and scored was how he scored that 3rd run. First pitch from Nielsen from the stretch. Down in the dirt, good block there by Parker Snyder. Comes up ready to throw, but Cameron Hesse wasn't going anywhere.
No, and right now South Sevier hoping to at least pick up 2 runs this inning and then go get 3 outs and win this one here in 5.
That one's skied to the left-hand side. If that stays fair, it's not going to, though. Strike one. Yeah, they'll have to do it against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, if I remember right. Yes. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Coming up, 2, 3, and 4 are 1 for 6 against Keegan Heath. So the 1-1 to Riley Barney. He steps out. Back in. Nielsen from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Another one's got, that's going to stay fair, though. Jersey Neves is there. He got it for the F7.
Yeah, that time Riley Barney just got underneath that one, lifted it straight in the air. Need to stay tall on that backside and drive through that pitch.
So Ridge Tabbs will come up. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Fielder's choice, and based on balls, he scored all 3 times.
Little boy dumped his Cheetos out right here below us, and he's eating them off the like a dog.
Anybody hungry? Ball 1 to Ridge Tibbs. First of either 2 or 3 ball games here today. B6 Media providing the video coverage here. Another bouncer. 2 balls. Ridge Tibbs, we'll see if they're going to give Cameron Hesse an opportunity. He's not getting very far off. Nielsen has not gone over yet. There's a pitch that stays up.
Yeah, Hesse, like you said, not a big lead at all.
Yeah, they'll be willing to go station to station right now and give his number 2 hitter a chance. He squares and takes strike 1. "12-4 is your score. That was lifted. Foul, shortstop Garrett Young's calling for that, and he's got it for the P6. Second out. So Keegan Heath's going to have to come up and do it himself if they're going to extend the inning here, get any runs.
Yeah, right now it looks like just the speed and the curveballs from Nielsen right here, just these Southsford hitters getting under the pitches, not getting on top of it and hitting those line drives.
First pitch to Keegan Heath. Fouls that and back. He liked what he saw from Baylor Nielsen there. Got under it. Keegan comes in hitting .329 with 30 runs driven in. No home runs, but we did see him hit some last year. Next pitch, fouled off toward Coach Brown at third base. Good fielding job there. Throws a strike back to Baylor Nielsen. Sign him up.
Yeah. Well, Nielsen's come in. He's actually thrown really well. He did give up the walk right there to Cameron Hesse, but other than that, he's been able to get these Southsford hitters out.
They did score 3 inherited runners, but that's fly out to Colin Baker. So the F8's going to end things. So the South Sevier Rams, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on. At the end of 4 complete, it's 12-4. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader, KSBC.
Nolan Anderson, Willie Akers, we're back here alongside our broadcast partners, V6 Media. At Larry H. Miller Field, 2A state baseball elimination game between the South Sevier Rams and the San Juan Broncos. Right now, the advantage goes to South Sevier, 12-4. Top of 5. They're going to bring up the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the San Juan Broncos. They're 1 for 6 against Heath today. Garrett Young will lead things off. Well, 1 for 5. He was hit by a pitch. So Keegan Heath, first pitch. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, Keegan Heath going the distance so far for the Rams on the mound.
Next, that's driven. That's going to get down for a base hit. Third time around facing Keegan Heath. Garrett Young comes up with a single. The 6th hit in the ball game I have for him.
Yep, that's going to bring up Jersey Neves, the left fielder. He is grounded out to second base and grounded out to the shortstop. So a chance for a double play right here.
Garrett Young's got good speed. Keegan Heath comes quick to the plate, fouls that one straight back. And we talked about Peyton Ingram's got a good strong arm, so we'll see if they test him down 8.
Yeah, we've seen him test him before. Kind of doubt it, but you never know.
One in the dirt. Peyton Ingram was thinking about throwing behind, leaving things up at 1-1. Trying to hit that outside corner and see if we can get him to roll over one for ground ball.
Well, South Sevier definitely doesn't want to give up any more runs right here. They'd like to keep this to a 12-4 game going in the bottom of the 5th, see if they can't get 2 runs.
So they lifted towards right field. Stockton Roberts is in. He got it for out number 1. On the F9. Cooper Palmer flew out to center field. Had a single and scored on the triple by Colin Baker last inning. Cooper comes in hitting .397. He's got 2 home runs, 33 driven in from the left-hand side. Kind of shields Peyton Ingram. If you're going to try it, this would be the hitter to try it with. Your catcher may just see a glint. A lot of times you take the eye off the ball. I'm speaking from experience, and see him take off and kind of look to see where he's at. Sometimes maybe forget to catch the baseball. It's upstairs. Ball 1.
And once again, South Sevier playing deep. They're not wanting to give up any big hits here. Just keep the ball in front.
Especially deep to right field there. That's going to be hit at second baseman. Possible double play. 1. There it is. 2 hit up on the play. 4, 6, 3. Get Garrett Young at second and Cooper Palmer for the 3rd out. So no runs. They did get the 1 hit. There were no errors. Nobody left on. So at the end of 4.5, it's South Sevier 12 and San Juan 4. We'll be back on the Media Trail Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Harmon Tire in Nephi is proud to sponsor this broadcast of high school sports and wants to wish the Juavois good luck. Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi, has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheels, shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps!
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance of Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
Live high school sports action on KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here alongside V6 Media, providing video coverage for this 2A state baseball elimination game. Tate Brown's going to come to bat for Coach Eric Baker in the bottom of the 5th with an 8-run lead. They'd like to end it right here. Tate Brown takes first pitch down for ball 1. Tate 0 for 2 in the ball game. 2 for 3 in the ball game.
Yeah, 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs.
Next pitch upstairs for ball 2. Hitters count here. Baylor Nielsen on the mound for Coach Jens Nielsen. Here's the pitch. That one's going to stay up as well.
Yeah, 3-0 right now. You've probably taken. You get Tate Brown on. You might want to use that pinch runner.
Use the re-entry rule. Catches the corner, their old automatic. That didn't get much of the corner.
Yeah, and he's the first one of 2 runs that you'd like to see across this inning for South Sevier, and this one in 5.
That one's going to get down third base line. That's going to go. Well, Tate will probably stay at first. And we'll see if Coach Eric Baker chooses to go with the pinch runner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tate Brown just took that count, 3-1 count, that fastball kind of middle in, and he just drove it right down the right field line.
All right, Baker coming out. Him and Brown are going to talk. Let's see what they do. I think he's going to do it.
Yeah. Ian Johnson did a
good
job.
Peyton Mitchell in yesterday, and he made a base running bunter, so I may go with somebody else maybe with a little more experience.
Bring in Riker Freeman, looks like. Pinch run.
Yeah.
Tate Brown.
That makes sense. So Riker Freeman. And he could play first base, as well. But He's going to use him up as the pinch runner today.
Yeah, Tate Brown's had a good day at the plate. 3 for 4 with 3 singles.
That'll bring up Peyton Ingram.
Ingram's also had a good day.
Yep, 2 for 2. Fielder's choice. 2 for 3, I guess. Yep. Fielder's choice is
a single and a triple with an RBI.
He scored. First pitch, Nielsen does go across. That's the first time I can remember him going to pick off. 12-4. They need 2 here to end it in the 5th. First pitch, strike.
Yeah,
that outside corner.
Nielsen comes with the fastball first pitch right on the outside part, getting ahead. So now you've got to be expecting maybe something off speed right here if you're Peyton Ingram.
Looks Riker Freeman back. Riker does have good wheels. Just a sophomore.
Well, we talked about that. They played him in right field today. They choose to go with Stockton Roberts in right field, but you mentioned maybe it was to give a chance at a pinch runner or even pinch hit situation and bring in Freeman.
Next pitch is upstairs. I'm not sure why they haven't go to try and break up that possible double play. No, that's lifted towards the center fielder, Colin Baker. He's going to go out. He's going to make the catch. For the F8, out number 1. Got Biggs Northrop coming up. Biggs 1 for 2 in the ball game. He's flown out twice out there to Colin Baker. One probably would have been a home run in their home ballpark. Give it a ride out there to about 385, maybe 390 feet, just shy of the warning track. First pitch to Biggs. There goes Freeman. Ball goes all the way to the screen. Good stand-up slide there from.
Yeah, good hustle from Freeman.
Of course, that stand-up slide's a lot easier to do on the turf dirt.
Yep. We've seen Biggs Northrop put a charge into 2 of them just to center field, the deepest part of the park. But if he could turn on one right here to left field, he could end this one in walk-off fashion.
Next pitch upstairs. Ball 2. Well, he's got a hitter's count. Let's see what Baylor Nielsen comes with. Riker Freeman's off. He's got a pretty good lead. Going right there with the shortstop. Next pitch to Biggs outside. Ball 3. Well, you're going to put that 10th run out there if you walk him. Bring up a couple hot hitters behind him. Big squares away. That ball is down for ball 4.
And that's going to be the winning run now with Biggs Northrop drawing the walk, taking first base.
Third base on balls for Baylor Nielsen. 1, 4, 5, 8 in the ball game for the San Juan pitching staff.
And we've seen Kenyon Okerlund pop up to second base his first time, but then draw back-to-back walks in his last 2 at-bats.
Good speed on the bases. First pitch. Curveball stays up. Everybody on the San Juan team holding up. First baseman Cooper Palmer held both hands up in the air. That ball's been a ball. But Blue, he's caught 1 or 2 up there, but not very often. That one stays up, and no doubt about that one. Ball 2, hitters count for Kenyon Okerlund. He'll go. Pretty sure he'll take until he gets a. Well, let's see if he proves us wrong. That would be what I do.
Yeah.
Chance of moving that.
We've talked about that. Not everybody's.
Everybody's on the same page as you and I, Coach.
There he was. Now he's ready to go.
Now I can pull the ripcord. See if we can start a track meet here.
Well, and anything in a gap or past the outfielders will win this game.
They've pulled in there. They realize that. That was upstairs for ball 3. Yeah, they've been fairly shallow, but they're everybody all the way around. They shallowed up. They may not have been here Thursday when Okerlund hit that home run.
Yeah, he turned on that one. Like you said, it was just a matter of if it was going to stay fair or foul.
Stayed fair by about 6 feet. That was hit right at the shortstop. That drops the first. We'll get one at second.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty good base running job by Riker Freeman to stay in his way a little bit and then clear. Takes the vision away from Garrett Young, the shortstop, and he had to just knock it down. Luckily, he had the force out there at second base. He could flip it over to Talon Mendoza for the out.
So runners at first and third. Good speed from Kenyon Okerlund there. See if they're going to try and move that 10th run out there to second base. Give Tyson Robb a good hitter, 303, 1 home run, 26 driven in. Nielsen steps off.
Yeah, I think for sure you've got to run him. Be interesting to see, though, San Juan, if they choose to maybe give up the 1 run but get the out.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yep, they do.
They're going to throw down. They get him. So that's going to end the inning.
Probably smart on San Juan's part because even if you don't get him right there, you might give up the 1 run, but you got to take that chance because otherwise you're 1 hit away from getting 10 runs.
No runs, 1 hit. No errors. There were 2 runners left on. So at the end of 5, it's 12-4 in favor of the South Sevier Rams. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help. By delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, we'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader, KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson, alongside our broadcast partners, V6 Media, and I do mean alongside. We got 4 of us jammed in the room here. And 2A state baseball elimination game. South Sevier in the top of the 6th inning holds an 8-run lead. San Juan will come to bat with their 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Ian Johnson, Colin Baker, and Talon Mendoza. All 3 of the 4 runs have come from this part of the lineup. First pitch to Ian Johnson. Foul back. Strike 1. Keegan Heath came into this inning. I had him a 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 77 pitches. That's hit towards Ridge Tebbs, the shortstop. He's over. Throw to Tate Brown. Tate tried to sell it, but the throw pulled him off.
Yeah, I think maybe Ridge rushed that throw just a little bit, and it did. It took him up the line. They're asking for the home plate umpire to help to see if there was a tag or not.
And he's saying yes, there was. So, on the E6, the runner is safe. 4th error in the ballgame for South Sevier. That'll bring up Colin Baker. 2 for 2 in the ballgame. Double and a triple. First pitch from Keegan Heath. Curveball. Right there, strike 1. Kind of left that up.
Well, Colin Baker has excellent speed here, so if he hits it on the ground, you've got to be able to get rid of it quickly. But he's also had a double and a triple. He's hit the ball really well.
Hit 2 home runs on the season. And driven in 29 runs. Next pitch is the ball.
Now he's done a great job for this San Juan team in center field. We've seen him make a lot of nice catches so far in this tournament.
So the 1-1. On its way. Curveball, swing and miss. Good curveball right there. That's probably the best curveball that he's thrown today.
Well, and it fooled Baker completely. If you're Keegan Heath, you probably throw him three more curveballs. To be honest, there's a huge gap out there in right center field, and I think he was trying to hit that.
Next pitch, another curveball right there. Just gets a piece of that one to stay alive.
They just slapped the bat out there and gets a chance to see another pitch.
Be careful flapping that bat. Sometimes you just hit a dribbler to the first baseman.
Yep, nub it right down there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Keegan took a deep breath. Came to the plate with ball 2.
Yeah, that one was just a little bit too far outside to where Baker didn't even offer up anything on that one. Just let it go from the beginning of the pitch.
With that fastball out there. See if he can paint the corner. Going to come with the curveball upstairs. Try to get too much on top of that one.
Well, now you got to challenge him. You know, if he could come up with a full count curveball right here, I'm sure he'd get him. But more than likely, he's going to come back with the fastball after going 2 balls in a row to make this count full.
Does comes out there. Gonna walk him.
Yeah, and Baker was ready for the fastball, but it was outside. He was able to hold off and draw the walk.
It's just a second walk by Keegan Heath. Go with 4 strikeouts. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Scheduled for 7. 12-4 ball game. 2 runners on for the San Juan Broncos, and nobody out.
Talon Mendoza 1 for 2. Ground out to third and a single.
First pitch swinging. Fouls that off to the right-hand side.
Well, he was on deck that whole at-bat paying attention to what Keegan Heath was doing with Colin Baker, and he realized if I get first pitch fastball, I'm going to be looking for it.
Curveball down in the turf dirt.
Yeah,
teeing things up at 1-1. Nobody out. Runners first and second. Force anywhere on the infield. Started to pull the trigger and held up.
Yeah, ball's been up just a little bit. But that's also the pitch that Parker Snyder was rung up on with loaded bases. Kind of that same fastball, a little bit up in the zone.
That one's fouled off to the right-hand side, even things up at 2-2. Talon Mendoza came in hitting .392, a home run and 24 runs driven in. Two balls, 2 strikes. Oh. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Started to go. Held up.
Yeah, he definitely thought about it.
Next pitch. Tried to paint that corner. Not getting that call.
No, and if you're South Sevier, you got to go out and talk to Keegan Heath and just settle him down. Got no outs, loaded bases. You'd hate to have all of a sudden things spiral downhill and let San Juan completely back in this game. You still got the 8-run lead, but, one hit in the gap and then you clear the bases and still no outs. So got to be careful there, Jake Ivins.
Be a little bit early to come in on the grass, but that's where he's got him right now. At the corners, double play depth up the middle. Keegan Heath to Jake Ivins. First pitch, strike.
There he comes back with a nice looking pitch. And you're right, with the 8-run lead, if you play back, you have a little bit more room to cover some of those balls that are hit either left or right side of you.
Another curveball, swing and a miss. Ivins swung over the top. 2 straight curveballs.
After 2 walks, too. Keegan Heath probably throws, but I think part of it's the windup. Yep. He does throw better out of the windup. And with the loaded bases, now he can go back to the windup.
That gets him out on that front foot. Throws that curveball right at Keegan. Going to go home for 1.
Yep, saying it pulled him off the bag. They're saying it's even if he pulled off, is what Coach Baker's saying. He's like, I'll ask. He was off the base, but he's like, he tagged him anyway. So I think they will correct this one, and he'll be out at home plate on the tag. It was a force out, which he was off the bag, but still he comes across and gets hit by the ball, and Peyton Ingram held onto the ball. I was really shocked at that.
Yep, calling out on the force.
Yeah.
He's
telling him it's on the tag.
Yep. So out number 1. Boy, Keegan just kind of lofts the baseball. He could just throw the strike there. He did that to second base, did that to home both times. But heads up play there. Peyton Ingram saved him a run right there.
Yeah. Well, and if Ingram doesn't hold on to the ball, he got it in the glove and was able to hold on to as the runner came across the plate. But if he doesn't, then he would have been safe.
And he didn't slide.
No.
That would have been your next line of appeal right there. The runners are required on a play at the plate to slide. First pitch is up for ball 1. Unless they change the rule. Next pitch here. Even things up to 2-2. This is Brayton.
1-1. 1-1.
1-1, yeah. That's what I've got.
Yeah.
That's going to find a hole. That's going to score 1. Stockton Roberts comes up.
Yeah, and wisely, Coach Nelson holds up the runner there at third base, realizing there's only 1 out and got to play station to station. You need a lot more than 2 runs.
First hit in the inning. 5th run for San Juan. Runners on every base, which just went out. Back to the top of the order, Parker Snyder struck out 3 times. Keegan Heath from the windup. First pitch upstairs. Well, every time Snyder's faced him, he's thrown ball 1.
Yeah, and he's had a rough game.
Upstairs for ball 2.
He's had the hat trick.
Yes, he has.
Keegan Heath hoping to get the golden sombrero.
Keegan from the windup. Another one upstairs. Got no place to put him.
Nope. Now imagine you'd see him get especially as he's been struggling, had 3 strikeouts so far on Heath in this game. I would imagine you'll see him take 2 pitches versus just taking 1.
He walks him. He's not getting that call on that outside portion. He keeps trying to paint that one.
That's going to make it 12-6. And that's going to draw some attention from that South Sevier dugout. Coach Baker and Brown discussing it. Coach Brown going to go out there. I would imagine you'll see a pitching change here.
Well, while we figure out what's going on, we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Grew up on a cattle ranch and learn the values of hard work and simple truths. Like fences don't repair themselves. The same is also true with our vision. Mountain View Vision Center, located in Richfield, has the solution for your optometry needs. From a youngster's first glasses, pre- and post-operative LASIK consultation, or treating cataracts, Mountain View Vision Center is a clear choice. Dr. Yardley trained at the Moran Eye Center and served as the president of Utah's Optometric Association. Mountain View Vision is a winning team proud to sponsor our local high school athletes.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Rocky Mountain Turf Farm prides themselves on being family-owned and operated for 45 years. They offer locally grown Kentucky bluegrass with multiple varieties available, WaterStar certified options included. Sod is cut and delivered daily with install options available from residential to commercial. They even guarantee their grass sod to be disease-free, weed-free, alive, and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com.
Some hands swing rackets.
Okay, we're back. Rich Tabb's first hit, first pick up. That's trouble. That goes all the way to the wall. That's going to score 3 runs. Off the bat of Garrett Young. Comes in with the stand-up triple. He clears the bases.
Yeah, his first pitch just takes it fastball down and in and turns on it. Garrett Young, 3-run triple. Makes this game 12-9 now.
12-9. We're still just the one out. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Jersey Neves. Ridge Tabb's come in trying to throw strikes. First pitch to Neves, bounces. Good job there. But Peyton Ingram to stop that one. Hit hard but foul down the left field line.
Yeah, that would have been a double and a run scored had that stayed fair down that left field line, but it carried over past the bullpen.
Next pitch upstairs for ball 2.
Yeah, Ridge comes back with the curveball trying to change speeds on him.
It's that shortstop that will score a run. Barney over to first for the 6-3 put out.
Yeah, good scoop right there from Tate Brown too. You know, I think sometimes Tate Brown gets overlooked at how good a first baseman he is. He makes a lot of nice plays and saves a lot of bad throws. That ball scooted in the dirt, but Brown comes up with it for the out. That's a big out for South Sevier.
12-10 the score with 2 outs, brings up Cooper Palmer. From the left-hand side, takes ball 1. Ninth hitter in the at-bat. He lifts one foul. He was looking at left side on outside.
You go back a couple innings ago, and how big was that out at home plate where San Juan ran themselves out into a jam?
Curveball fooled him on that one. He really took a little bit off.
Yeah, Rich Tebbs needs to take note on that pitch right there.
Cooper Palmer looking at the Max Prep sign on the jumbo screen out there. Does the same thing, only misses.
I think you're 2-2. You just stay with that. Challenge him with that pitch and make Cooper Palmer hit your curveball.
Nope, comes with the fastball. Has to stay down. It makes it full.
Yeah.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hit towards the shortstop. Barney backhands it. Goes across Tate Brown for the 6-3 put out.
Nice glove work out there by Riley Barney to get the back-to-back 6-3 put outs.
But the damage is done. San Juan comes up with 6 runs. They do it on just 2 hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner. No, bases were empty, weren't it? No runners left on. So at the end of 5.5, it's 12-10 with South Sevier coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and D6 Media.
Teb's Financial is proud to support our local high school baseball teams located at 180 North, 100 East, Suite C in Richfield. Owner Haley Tebs is happy to help with all of your individual and group health insurance needs. At Teb's Financial, they can also offer a wide range of investment options, including IRAs and college savings plans. Stop in or call 893-2107. And remember, Babe Ruth once said, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Securities offered through Parkland Securities Company, LLC, member FINRA SIPC. Tebs Financial is independent of Parkland Securities.
Just a reminder, Albee Lumber in Manti and Monroe custom manufactures trusses to order. Give them a call if you need a quote on trusses for your building project, large or small. Albee has architectural shingles on sale, plus great deals on Trex decking. Need power tools? Albee Lumber has a full line of power tools at great prices right now. Come in and check the sale items with new deals every week at Albee Lumber in Manti and Monroe, where the wood is good and so is the hardware.
Your source for high school sports, KSBC.
And welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field here on the campus of Brigham Young University. We've got a 12-10 ball game. South Sevier leading the San Juan Broncos. We're in the bottom of the sixth. And Tyson Robb at the plate at the 1-1 count. Nelson on the mound, set to deliver. Here's the pitch, and Robb's going to hit that one to the third baseman. Jake Ivins comes up with the throw across the diamond. But Cooper Palmer with the tag on the shoulder as if throw took him up the line. Tyson Robb tried to slide underneath that one, but he's going to get the out for out number one.
Good tag there from Cooper Palmer. Two pretty sharp first basemen here in the ball game.
Yeah, really. We've seen Tate Brown make some great plays, and then Cooper Palmer right there doing the same thing. That's going to bring up Cameron Hesse. He is 0 for 0. He's shot 3 straight base on balls. First pitch to Hesse, fastball, strike one on the outside part of the plate. Nilsson set to deliver. In the windup, gets the signs. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a fastball on the outside part of the plate, but fouled off out of play.
And South Sevier back to first pitch swinging. They've been successful looking at some pitches in the ball game.
Yep, 0-2 count. Here's the next pitch, and it's going to be fouled straight back. Cameron Hesse hanging in there. Still an 0-2 count.
12-10 ball game. Bottom of the sixth.
Nelson with the pitch. Going to be high, and obviously Hesse lays off that one. 2-2. Nelson taking a long time getting his signs, but here's the pitch. It's going to be a fastball on the outside part of the plate, ball 3. That's going to make it full count for Cameron Hesse.
Okay, full count pitch. On its way. Gonna stay upstairs for base on balls. That's 4 today.
Yeah, Cameron Hesse's had a really good eye at the plate, and San Juan has had a hard time throwing strikes to him.
So with one out, that gets us back to the top of the order. Riley Barney.
Well, now the San Juan saying that's only 3 balls.
No, that was ball 4.
Yeah, Coach Tebs there at first base puts up the hand saying that was 4 balls, but now they're going to check with the South Sevier book to see what they have.
I had it.
And they're going to bring him back. Say it was only ball 3. Maybe the scoreboard confused us all there.
No, I had 3 balls in mine. He had 3 balls as well.
Well, I think that's what they're saying, 3 balls, but there was only 2 until that last one, which only makes it 3. Now they're saying it's full count, but prior to that pitch, the scoreboard
that is right, 3
had
balls.
a full count.
That 6th pitch was ball 3. So we take the base on balls.
Well, and he did foul 2 pitches back.
So the next pitch, lifted to the right side. That's going to be trouble. That's going to stay fair. That's going to go all the way. If it stays in, that's going to be a triple. Oh, no, they're going to hold him up.
Well, and wisely they hold him up because Ian Johnson got to it quickly, and he, we've seen him pitch twice, but he come up with a rocket to throw that one all the way into the infield, and it would have been, I think they would have had a chance at third base at getting him out, but Coach Brown holding him up there.
I thought Cameron had a little better speed than that. He kind of lumbered around there on that and got them long little legs. That's going to bring us back to the top of the order. Riley Barney. Riley's had a good day. 2 for 3. Scored 3 runs. Riley takes strike 1.
Well, made 2 nice plays, moving from second base over to shortstop when they made the pitching change to bring Reg Tebbs in.
Here's the pitch. It's going to stay upstairs. Even things up at 1-1.
Well, Nelson's done a nice job. He's put up a couple goose eggs out there in the 4th and 5th inning. Slowed this South Sevier offense down.
Next pitch, that's going to get him. Nope, he gets out of the way of it. And he kind of shakes his hand.
Instead of getting,
wondering why he did it.
Instead of moving back out of the box, he actually moves towards home plate, getting across the plate and getting out of the way of that one.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch. You don't want to get hit up there, but that's 2 that have been close to Riley Barney. Counts 3-1. 1 out. Got Cameron Hesse at second base. 12-10 lead for South Sevier. There's a strike.
Yep. Now Riley Barney, you got to expect him to be ready for anything in the zone.
Well, they're still playing shallow, fairly shallow.
Yep.
Especially in center field.
On shortstop, obviously holding the runner, but he's right towards second base.
That's going to find the hole, and that's going to score a run. Now you're going to see a triple because Riley Barney can
you
fly.
might see you're inside the Parker right here.
It comes to, if they don't handle that clean. Yep.
Well, and that's what happens when you play shallow. South Sevier chose to play deeper and keep things in front of them for the most part. That one, by playing shallow, you have less of an angle to cut that one off, and that ball hitting the right center field gap gets all the way to the wall for triple and an RBI, and that's going to bring Coach Nelson out of the dugout.
So you're going to call the center fielder, Colin Baker, in. So, well, we're making the pitch and change. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Hey, Utah, feeding your family or friends just got a whole lot easier at Pizza Hut Ridgefield. You can get 2 medium 1-topping pizzas, 5 breadsticks, and your choice of pasta or wings, or you can skip the sides and get 3 medium 1-topping pizzas, all for just $25.99. Just stop by Pizza Hut, across the street from Larson's Ace Hardware in Richfield, and ask for the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Call Corey Sorensen in Richfield or Cena Rasmussen in Salina for Sorensen Levitt Insurance.
Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet is now open in Ridgefield. Come in today and experience an awesome salad bar and pasta choices with 12 different premium pizzas, breadsticks, ice cream, and bottomless drinks. Oh yeah, and it's all you can eat. Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet is now open at 1475 North Main in Ridgefield with lots of convenient parking and quick in and out all-you-can-eat buffet-style dining. That's Ross's Pizza and Pasta all-you-can-eat buffet, open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the North I-70 exit in Ridgefield.
Your source for high school sports. KSBC.
Hey, Willie Akers and Nolan Anderson back there alongside our broadcast partners, V6 Media. And V6 Media can elevate your event to the next level with a giant LED video wall and video production, specializing in sports events like this today, rodeos, concerts, business conferences, and more. See v6.media for information.
Well,
New pitcher.
Yep, and Robert Love will just give us an update. Juan Diego gets the win over Carbon 5-2, so Juan Diego will be taking on Juab. They'll have to beat Juab twice in that state championship game.
So a little bit ahead of us after the rain delay because we've got a slugfest here, a 13-10 ball game. Colin Baker comes in. We think Brenton Bethea takes over in center field. Brenton Bethea is still in the lineup as the catcher DH. He's no longer the catcher, so he's got to still be out there in the 9 position.
Well, in South Sevier right now with one out has Riley Barney standing at third base and Ridge Tebbs in the box.
Big right-hander Colin Baker, and it comes, kind of slings it from right straight over the top. Those are tough ones sometimes. Hides the ball pretty good with that long arm. Had trouble finding the strike zone in warm-ups, and I think Rich Tebbs saw that.
Yeah.
Didn't get a curveball even close, so yeah, couldn't get the fastball there either. Ball 3.
I'm not sure Coach Nielsen's going to be able to go very long with Colin Baker unless he can dial it in.
Dials that one in. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Ridge Tebbs. That one stays upstairs. That's base on balls. So we'll see it, Coach. Going to try and send. I'm not sure I would right now with 2 outs. Or we just
no, just 1 out. Yeah, I would imagine you'll see, and that's what Ridge checking out there as he puts up the 1 finger for 1 out. I would imagine you will see him take off, but I'm not sure San Juan's going to try throwing him out. They don't want to give up another run.
Not that big a lead. Extends a little bit now. This pitch upstairs. The ball 1 out. They might just let him see it, get a strike to Keegan Heath first before he takes off.
Yeah. Well, and they definitely maybe just see a pitch too, so that if San Juan was thinking pitch out or something right there.
But I'd like to see it take. That one's going to score a run. And it's going to move him.
Yeah, and really Riley Barney with a nice job. Good wheels getting down the line because that one bounced back to Snyder and he was able to flip it to Baker, but Riley Barney sliding under the tag there at home plate.
While pitch scores the 14th run, that'll be the 3rd error. Errors are even now on both teams. Keegan Heath's got a 2-0 count with Ridge Tebbs at second base. Just 1 out. Parker Schneider wants to go out and talk to his right-hander. They play at opposite ends of the spectrum normally, center field and catcher, talking things over.
Well, Nielsen, really had thrown pretty good, to be honest. I'm not sure even really why they pulled him. You're going to give up a few hits. He'd thrown great, but maybe they just figured one time through the lineup was enough. Because right now all we've seen is from Colin Baker is fastballs, and he's struggling to find the strike. Nielsen's done, though. You cannot bring him back in the game.
That one gets by Snyder, but not far enough for Rich Tebbs to take off. That is ball 3 to Keegan Heath. Back in center field now. Pete Brown, who's been a hot hitter in the on-deck circle. Ball strike 1.
Yeah, 3-0 count. Seems to be able to take a little off that pitch and throw it in there.
He wasn't able to dial his curveball in warm-up. Hasn't thrown a curveball yet. And pretty iffy with his fastball, so let's see what Keegan Heath does here. That doesn't matter. It gets by. Keegan's going to go to first on the base on balls.
Yeah, that's going to bring Coach Nielsen right back out to the mound.
Barney's going to come out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
That's
he's going to go back to Parker Snyder.
Okay. All right. While we're making the pitch and change, we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
Coach Labrum, He really loves to see the success of his players after baseball. He loves to see a lot of these young men he's coached be successful husbands, be successful in their jobs, be successful as fathers. That means a lot to him. I've heard him say it. It makes him proud to see these boys that he's mentored and coached grow up to be good people.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Incredible staff. I would like to express thanks to our communities for supporting us as we look forward to the next 90 years.
For more than 40 years, Jones & DeMille Engineering has been shaping the quality of life of those around us. They are committed to the communities in which they live and work and take pride in being able to protect and enhance them. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they strive to serve with a professional, personalized touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project, earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Your source for high school sports. KSBC.
Hey, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson. We're back here alongside V6 Media. Got a pitching change. Going to bring Parker Snyder back in. Brenton Bethel moved from center field back behind the plate where he started. And Cullen Baker will move back to center field where he started. That's going to bring Tate Brown to the plate. Tate is 2 for 4 on the day. From the left-hand side. So right away, Parker Snyder's going to have to face a left-hander. With runners at first and second, just the one out. Ball's down and in for ball one.
Yeah, Snyder first thing, gets on the mound, looks back, Heath there at first base.
Swing and a miss. Got a little piece of it. Umpire blows it dead.
Yeah, and Tate Brown 3 for 4, 3 singles, got the 4 RBIs. There's one out. He flew out to center field.
I had him down for base on ball and fly out, but yours is probably more aggravating. Looking to shoot one the left-hand way. For strike 2. Just foul. Tate will use all fields. Mm-hmm. They're deep in right field, but shallow everywhere else. Keegan Heath still at first base. There goes one. That's going to get down. That will score a run.
Yep, Tate Brown gets the F9 sacrifice fly, scores a runner from third base. Rich Tebbs coming in.
Third run in the inning, extend the lead back to 15-10. A little more comfortable than that two-run lead.
A little more breathing room. Dangerous San Juan lineup has been swinging the bats pretty good. They really come on in that 6th inning.
2 outs with Peyton Ingram up. First pitch is, do you call that a strike?
No, I think you could call it a ball lifted up, and but they had kind of looked around and asked him about it.
Maybe that's what he was doing, was just showing up. I seen that right hand come up. There goes Keegan up. Looked like to run and hit on.
Yeah, and looked like Snyder kind of forgot about Keegan Heath right there. Been taking a little bit more time, but went quickly to home, and Heath was taken off.
Garrett Young was covered on that, so that would have made a hole there, but he looked like he was going to the right side with it. 1-1. Heath get back on the pickoff attempt. Not far enough away to go.
Yeah, we've seen that a bunch. You get a little bit of speed at first base, and pitchers worrying about him throwing over, and we've seen some balls get past the first baseman.
And most of them are two base opportunities when they get back there. (15-10) ball game. Bottom of the sixth.
Your source for high school sports. KSVC.
Yeah, it is your source alongside V6 Media. Ball 2. We've got ghosts here in the broadcast booth. Next pitch. Looking to the right-hand side, fouls it off. That even things up at 2-2. Peyton will use all fields. Got some good power. He's got 3 home runs on the season. Heath inches off. Nope, not going. And that foul ball.
Foul ball right off the nub of the bat, it looked like.
Started to go and just left the bat nub up. And the ball found it. Would have been ball 3. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Keegan Heath at first base. Pitch. That's going to find the place. That's going to go. That'll go all the way to the wall. That'll score Keegan for sure. Peyton Ingham, we talked about good wheels. He's going to end up at least third base if the thing is handled properly. So the stand-up triple will score.
Yeah, it's
Keegan Heath.
Ingram's second triple and RBI. Both triples he's had an RBI on, and he's now 3 for 5.
4 runs in the inning to get us back to the 16-10. 6-run deficit there. Biggs Northup, big bat in the lineup coming up with the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Biggs ticks down for ball 1. Biggs been kind of locked up the last 2 tournaments. He's hit the ball a long ways, but right at somebody. He do. Ooh, he just gets on top of that one from Parker Schneider, fouls it off to the right-hand side, even things up at 1-1.
Yeah, we've seen him do a nice job in the outfield, but yeah, just really looking for that first big hit. He's hit the ball well, like you mentioned, Willie. Just not had the at-bats, but he's been a lot more patient today.
1 ball, 1 strike. That one's in the dirt. The ball 2. V6 Media, your organization or business has an amazing story. Let V6 Media help you tell that story and connect with your audience using the power of persuasive video. It's more affordable than you think. See V6.media for examples and info. The pitch is a strike. Even things up 2-2 to Biggs Northup. That hit right at the shortstop. Garrett Young got it. He's across the diamond for the 6-3 putout. And out number 3, but not before South Sevier comes up with 4 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There was 1 error in the inning, and there was 1 runner left on base. So after 6 complete, it's 16-10. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and V6 Media.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help. By delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, we'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Complete coverage of local high school sports on KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry Miller Ballpark with V6 Media. Elimination game 2A state baseball. South Sevier was able to put up a 4 spot in that last inning to take the 6-run lead, top of the 7th. Do or die now. They're going to have to come up with at least 6 runs, are the San Juan Broncos.
Yeah, definitely going to be one pitch at a time here in this top of the 7th, and then one base at a time.
6 and 7 hitters.
Yeah, San Juan can't afford any mistakes, and if you're Ridge Tebbs, you just got some extra help with those 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. You just got to challenge these hitters, go right at them, no freebies, make them swing their way on.
Great day for baseball, just 61 degrees, not much of a breeze. So, Ian Johnson, Colin Baker, and Talon Mendoza facing Ridge Tebbs. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
A good way to start for Ridge Tebbs. Get that first pitch strike in there.
That one, same place. Gets a little bigger piece of this and fouls it off. Ian Johnson from the left-hand side.
Well, you might see Ridge Tebbs, finish this one out and then turn around and start the next one.
Curveball, that's popped up. Trouble, but Tyson Robb's going out. He's got it.
Does a nice job just waving off Stockton Roberts in right field for the out.
P4 for out 1. Reminds you of pop up. That's a P4 to pop up to the second baseman. Not going to give you the number, then I'm not going to be repetitive here.
Save it for the next one.
That's it. Curveball. Nice curveball. Probably the best curveball he's thrown to Colin Baker, who's really stirred things up for the South Sevier Broncos. 2 for 3, scored 3 runs. Another curveball. That's it. That's third baseman Okerlund. He's across the diamond. Strike for the 5-3 put out. San Juan is down to their last out. That's going to bring up Talon Mendoza. He's been a tough out in the tournament, not just with South Sevier today. He's grounded out, got a single, standard at second, walked and scored. Team hit 392 with 1 home run, 24 driven in. Ridge Tebbs, first pitch, trying to get that slow curveball over there again, misses. Next pitch, strike. Gonna get the hard one. Mendoza, I'm sure, was taken all the way. They need base runners. Can't hit a 6-run home run with nobody on. Another curveball. Close.
Yeah, just a little out. South Sevier really wanted that one.
Do that just a little farther out.
Yeah.
Ball 3, go at him. You got a 6-run lead.
Yeah, he's working the other way, working out instead of working back in. Needs to bring it in a little bit. 2-1 count.
Ball's fouled back. Good looking swing there from Talon Mendoza. He's an impressive ball player.
Yeah, he's had a good tournament.
He doesn't get any wasted motion there. He gets his money's worth there at the plate. Played a good second base for Coach Jens Nielsen. Here's the 3-2. Tries to get him, but just misses. Outside. First base on balls for Ridge.
Yeah, South Sevier was hoping for that one. Still, you're playing for 1 out, so, runner at first base really means nothing if you're South Sevier. I wouldn't even hold him on, just play behind. You're playing for 1 out. Got a 6-run lead here.
They're going to run Jayton Knight. Mendoza showed pretty good speed.
Yeah.
Jayton Knight.
Well, South Sevier's going to hold him on, just something they're used to doing, but makes sense just to play behind and play for that last out.
Yeah, I would just play over behind there at first base. And strike one on the curveball. I don't think he's a danger to steal. Even if you give him that little bigger thing, it's not a problem with a 6-run lead.
Yeah, even if you give him second base.
The 0-1. Curveball in the dirt. Peyton gets out there and digs that one out of the turf dirt. Well, we played 2.5 hours plus.
Yeah.
Right here. Next ball game is scheduled to start right now. That ball is driven to left field. The Biggs Northup's right there for the F7, and that's going to end the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors. One runner left on. Final score 16-10. We'll be back for the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet post-game show on Mid-Utah Radio Network and V6 Media.
Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet is now open in Richfield. Come in today and experience an awesome salad bar and pasta choices with 12 different premium pizzas, breadsticks, ice cream, and bottomless drinks. Oh yeah, and it's all you can eat. Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet is now open at 1475 North Main in Richfield with lots of convenient parking and quick in and out all-you-can-eat buffet-style dining. That's Ross's Pizza and Pasta all-you-can-eat buffet, open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the North I-70 exit in Richfield.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.